What's going on, everyone, and welcome to 1010 Outdoors. And I got another one for you, then to the turkey category. This is my turkey gear that I've been pretty much running for the last few years. A couple of different changes here and there, and we'll go over those here shortly. But wanted to put this video out there and just kind of give you guys an overview of the gear that I take with me and how it's working out for me. So let's get into it and tear into this setup. So if you guys have watched any of my deer hunting videos, I have been wearing the Eberlestock Recon chest rig for quite a while. This is the Bino harness, different from the actual chest rig, but the Bino harness, something that I've been running for years now. Had a different one quite a few years back. It was the Alaska Gear Creation. I think it was the hybrid. So you could put if you needed to, you could put the rangefinder up front. That thing did me really well. Ended up selling it and got the Eberlestock, and pretty glad that I went this direction. I mean, this thing is so modular. I've enjoyed it. I've been able to just add different things to the sides, to the bottom, and just really make it fit my needs really well. So, but let's get into something on the back of this that's new, that you guys have not seen on my last few turkey seasons. So I was running, I think since 2023, I was running the Philby hydration bladder carrier, part of the USMC Philby collection, and I made my own kind of suspension straps or straps to secure that Alaskan Guide Creation harness to that particular bladder carrier. But this year I did the same thing for the Eberlestock, making that work with this so I could run both. But this year I went with the I guess the harness that comes with the Recon, and put the Sustainment pouch on that, because the last few years I wasn't running the harness that came with it. I just basically made my own setup to fit with that Philby. But going back with the O&M stuff, the Eberlestock, the Recon harness, that's what I'm running this year with that Sustainment pouch. I've got here, there's some bungee elastic on this thing, so not super sure how well it's going to work, but for now I've just got the selfie stick to run a second angle, just kind of stuck down into the side. But let's get into what's in the Sustainment pouch. That's hard to say. So like I said, if you guys have watched any of my past videos, a lot of my gear is oriented towards survival or sustainability if something were to happen to me out in the woods. And you'll see as we go along further where a lot of those pieces are in this kit. But right on the top here of this Sustainment pouch, we've got the Sawyer filter, and down in the bottom, this is the Sawyer squeeze bag. So I can go up to a water source, fill this up, attach the filter, and then squeeze it into the hydration bladder. And this is the Camelback 3-liter. It came out of the Philby hydration bladder carrier, but it works. It's a little bit wide for this, but we'll make it work, and we'll stay hydrated. So if that thing does deplete, 3 liters, long hike, long hunt, that's what the Sawyer filter is for. So that way I can stay hydrated. And if you guys saw my poncho short, you know that this thing is going to be in my turkey setup. So you never know, a morning shower pop up or an afternoon shower just pop up out of nowhere. Throw that military poncho on and keep all your gear dry, keep you dry, and hopefully when the rain stops, you can get after those birds. That's a good little tip for you after a rainstorm or a thunderstorm. Especially thunder, it'll get them gobblers gobbling at you, and if you can stick it out with some type of protection like a poncho or some rain gear, something like that, and so that way you can stay at it, you might be successful out there. That's going to wrap up the Sustainment pouch, and let's get this thing unbuckled and get it out of the way. So here we've got this is the Recon and all my modification and add-ons that I've done to it, and we'll get right into it. So here's a mod that I've done. I added a handle basically to this thing. That way I can just pick it up easily. It's not really a good spot to kind of grab and pick it up without kind of tugging on an appendage or something like that. If you pull on this tab, it's going to open your Bino section. So just a little bit of paracord, ran it through the buckle, a little stopper knot on both ends just to give you a little handle. Nothing major, a little fun little mod that anybody can do. So down inside this little pouch here, I've just got a Write in the Rain notepad and a pencil. If I want to write down some notes or something about the hunt, I can do so with the Write in the Rain. This side pocket here, I've got the old trusty wing bone. Something that I've carried with me quite a bit. It's usually tucked into my turkey vest when I was running the vest. Just in case, wanted to try something different, give them gobblers a little something different to hear. So got the wing bone. Other side of the main compartment, just a Leatherman, the rebar. This is a multi-tool if you need to tighten up anything on the tripod or cut some limbs to make a little break up your outline, put a little brush in front of you, kind of a makeshift blind. That's what I carry that for. Obviously the main compartment, I've got my binoculars. This is the Osprey, the 2-in-1. Is the binocular slash rangefinder. Been pretty happy with them. Some of the permit game lands that I was hunting the last couple of years, I actually didn't get drawn this year. It was kind of a bummer, so I will not be hunting on those game lands this year. I have to find a different location. But there was some really long distances. I was able to range that and kind of give myself a pace how long it would take me to get over there. So pretty neat, pretty nice to have rangefinder binoculars. Definitely awesome for the deer woods. Right here in the front compartment, kind of a little slender pouch and a couple of repair kits and just the rubber pieces for the tube calls, an extra O-ring, and then on the other side the conditioning pad for pot call. So not taking up too much space and keeping it slim. But we'll go in right to the left side here, and this is a Nomad pot call attachment. So it'll hold one pot call, and we've got the Cherry Classic Crystal from Woodhaven. That is definitely my go-to call. 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm going to grab very first time, just to start those morning yelps. Especially when it's kind of dark, you can get away with a lot of that movement, even if you're close to the roost, just before that twilight, and kind of little tree yelps, stuff like that, that's going to get their attention. I mean, that is definitely my go-to call. I mean, that's a go-to for most any time of the day, but that's my favorite call. So we've got a couple of strikers. This little pot call holder's got some elastic bands on the side. You can easily just put your strikers down in the side there. I've got the Purple Heart and then the Hickory. Both of those are Woodhaven strikers. That's pretty much it for the left side. We'll kind of go down on the bottom. This is also Nomad, and it's held on by the Eberlestock, the add-on Molly panel. It's velcroed behind that flap. Stays in there pretty secure. Pop this open. Got the box call, and this thing is pretty. I've been very happy with it because it doesn't squeak or squawk walking through the woods. It holds the box call pretty secure, and it will make noise. I ain't trying to fool you or anything, but this is Deadly Attraction game calls. Also, this is Purple Heart. That's another good go-to for my midday, just trying to locate something around that anywhere from 12 to 1 o'clock, and trying to get down on it real loud and really echo way out there to try to get something to gobble at me. It's another go-to call. Let's see. Over here we have the little Eberlestock pouch, and then on the front little front pocket, this is the Woodhaven custom calls, just a little call lanyard holder for the mouth calls. We'll get into the mouth calls in just a few minutes, but to kind of round this out, we have the Woodhaven tube call in here, and if you guys haven't noticed, kind of a Woodhaven fan. I like the way they sound, and I can for the most part, call on them pretty well. So been happy with them, so I just keep promoting them. Last thing for the Bino harness is Optimum Optical. It's just a little sunglass or screen cleaner, camera lens cleaner. Pretty neat. The microfiber stuff, micro cloth. But what I like about it mainly is it's attached inside this little cover, and just shove it back up in there, and it's hanging down, so you're not going to get that dust and dirt all over that lens cleaner to scratch your lenses or anything, or your sunglasses, anything like that. And it's out of the way. I can zip this over and I'll just use this zipper as my main one and kind of keep that down off to the side there. That's pretty much going to round it out. I do have a little round compass for those game land hunts, especially some areas that I'm not super familiar with, so I just keep a heading and figure out where my next move is going to be. So we'll move on. We'll talk about the mouth calls real quick. I usually run about 3 of them. This is the Strut Commander. I think it's the Voodoo Strut. It's basically just a ghost cut call. The Hunting Public, this is the Alpha. I think it's a cutter, I believe, or I can't remember exactly what kind of cut that is. And then I've got the Jackhammer. These are pretty much my 3 go-to mouth calls. Gives me a little bit of flexibility, some highs, some lows, just a wide range of different sounds with these 3 here. So quite the arsenal on the calls. Obviously every turkey hunter's probably going to have a vest full of calls, and just go with what works. So so before we get into this next item, I put this video out years ago. It was the tactical turkey fanny pack or something like that, and the idea came from Shane Simpson, Calling All Turkeys. I believe that was his what his web page is or something, but he was running this fanny pack, and I believe he might still run this thing. And I've got it set up on the right side with a thermocell, and for the most part, a lot of this stuff has nothing to do with turkey hunting, really. Well, most of this is driven by survival and sustainability, and I'll just go ahead and get that out there. So right on the top here, I've got a tourniquet just in case something were to happen. I can self-administer a tourniquet, and there's a marker on there too. I can pop it out real easy. It'll go out both sides, a marker, so I can put the time on it, and hopefully be able to call if my phone is still in good service. I can call and get myself rescued. We'll go into the back of this here. Obviously you cannot go into the woods without toilet paper, so that's always on my person when I'm going into the woods hunting. The next thing, this is the last piece in this back little narrow pocket here. This is just a 55-gallon drum liner, basic plastic bag, basic trash bag. This thing serves quite a few purposes. I've used it quite a few times, or maybe not this one particular, but one just like it, to sit on if the ground has been, if the dew is still out and the ground's wet at the base of a tree. I'll pull this thing out, be able to sit on this, and keeps me dry. And if I do need to set up some type of a shelter, I can fill this up with leaf debris, pine straw, something like that, kind of close the end off, and it's going to make me elevated off the ground. So kind of like a mattress, I can just fill it up, and it just keeps me separated from the ground, and so that way I can keep my body temperature up and it doesn't deplete into the ground. So definitely a few purposes on that. We'll go around the outside first, and then we'll get into the middle section. So here we've got just a basic small fire starter kit, some ferrocerium rod, a lighter, some storm matches, aluminum foil nuggets. I've got a video on that, how to make those, somewhere back in the playlist. And then we also have a survival blanket. So it's reflective on one side and then it's orange on the other. Obviously you'll want to put that reflective side, I can't remember the name of that reflective, what that's called, but you'll put that against your body, and that's just going to trap in the body heat. And then the orange is obviously going to kind of be very bright for a passerby that might see you. Tucked inside there is just a signal mirror. I think it was a military signal mirror I got out of an old military kit. It's got a little star in it, so you'll just look through the star at a somebody on a mountaintop somewhere across the way, or an airplane. Kind of flag them down with the mirror. Keep in mind, guys, it only works with objects or people in the southern side, because that's where the sun is, so you'll only be able to reflect back in that direction. So just a little tip for you. Right here in the front compartment, a couple of little goodies for you, a couple things you might have seen before. So we have the collapsible cup, I think it's a 2 cup, something like that, 2 cups cup, and I keep that in here for basically one reason, and that's to get my electrolytes back up if they get depleted or anything. I've got these liquid IVs, and this is the sugar-free white peach, and had a few of these during deer season. A lot of long walks and just needed a little refreshment getting back to the truck. So they're actually fairly good tasting, and I'd recommend them. But I don't want to put this stuff in my hydration bladder. I want to keep that clean at all times, so I can easily just fill this up with water and then mix one of these little packets into that cup, and I'm good to go. The last thing in this pouch, you've probably seen this before also, it's just a basic first aid kit. Ibuprofen, Benadryl, bee sting stuff, burn relief, I think some other sinus stuff, band-aids, just basic boo-boo kit, nothing crazy. So we'll move on. Keep my headlamp in here, it's rechargeable. We've got a red light, green light, and obviously the white light for walking in early in the morning. And to kind of complete the poncho and the shelter aspect, I've got about 25 feet of paracord hanked up already and ready to go, so I can make a quick ridge line and get that poncho deployed in a shelter configuration. It's just some bank line. This is already kind of knotted up, pre-tied into a couple of loops, so I can get a couple of Prusiks on there and toggle those in to the grommets on that tarp, or that the poncho. And then this is about 3 or 4 feet, 2 separate pieces, and I've got bowline loops on one end of each of those, so that's just already ready for the outer the other 4 corners of the poncho. So I believe I mentioned it already, but we got the thermocell, and like I said, this is Nomad as well. It's got a little elastic on here, and I just like the Nomad stuff. They give you the option to be able to carry essentials and extras. I mean, this is definitely an essential. You don't want to be down south and your thermocell run out of fuel, so they give you a little spot for an extra fuel canister. And if you pop it open, it's perfect width, and it's kind of stretchy, but I've got 2 more wafers in the side pocket, or the side of that, so that'll keep me going for hours. So like I said, I don't want to go into the woods in the south without a thermocell or some type of here's something like a permethrin, like a insect repellent lotion. That's some good stuff there from Sawyer. Bandana, I forgot to mention. I can use this for kind of a pre-filter for the squeeze bag on the Sawyer filter, or I can use it for char material. I can use it as a arm sling if I break my arm or something. I can kind of get this thing pulled up and support my arm. So there's many uses for a bandana, many uses. The back little section of the fanny pack, we got some chomped beef sticks. Need some snacks out in the woods. A little breakfast bar for the early morning. Turkey tote. If I'm successful, if the Lord blesses me with the turkey, I'm gonna be able to carry it out with this paracord DIY turkey sling. And here's the big main compartment, and most of this is geared towards batteries and recharging cameras and phones, lights. So, but we've got a little head mount, depending on if I want to run the selfie stick or if I want to run a head mount. I've got the option. I just kind of tuck it off to the side in here. Then we have two rolled up cords. We've got the micro USB and the USB-C. So the camera and my phone operate off the USB-C. The headlamp is the micro, so just keep that in there just to keep that charged up. And this is my solar powered power bank. We've got two USB ports, and typically I'll charge this thing up before the hunt and be ready. So if I need to run my action cam, which is a ASCO, I can basically just plug it in, keep it plugged into here, and just record and let it go. So this is, but a lot of times I'll pull this, I'll go ahead and get this out and get it in the sun just to make sure that it continues to charge. And that's basically my setup. It might look a little bulky, look like too much stuff, and I'm fine with that. You guys carry whatever you'd like to carry. I just have a certain mindset to be able to make sure that I come home each and every time that I go into the woods, and if there's something that I could have done to make sure that I do get home, I got the gear that I can do it to be able to get back to the house. And just a mindset that I have, and something that I practice all the time when I'm going into the woods. But that's my turkey gear for 2026. This will be when I'm running and going after those toms. I've got some private land I'm gonna be on this year. A couple of game lands I might try to hit this year as well. Kind of bummed, like I said, about not getting the permit out at our local areas that are permit only, but it is what it is. I was fortunate and blessed enough. 1 out of the 3 years that I got the permit, I was successful. The other 2 were learning experiences and just something that I'll keep under my belt. But that's going to wrap this video up. Guys, don't look past the tactical turkey fanny pack, man. I'm telling you, this thing, it's got all the bells and whistles you need to carry a lot of stuff into the woods with you. And I mean, it's super simple. You can throw it off if you got to get technical and try to sneak up on a bird or something. I mean, just pop it off and just go on after your hunt. A lot of times I'll kind of move it around to the backside, so if I'm bending down and going under briars or something like that, it's not hitting me in the gut or anything. So just don't look past it. It's something that you might can take advantage of. So tactical fanny pack, I think you can get them on Amazon. If they're still making them, I'll put a link down below. But there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you took something from it. If you did, give me a like, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about all of the crap that I take with me into the woods? I try to get to every comment that you guys send me. I appreciate those comments, the engagement that you guys give me on my videos. I don't look past it. I definitely appreciate it and love it. So give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It's definitely a good motivator to keep these videos coming. So that's going to wrap it up. Good luck this year, and probably see you one more time before the season. So we'll see you. Have a good season, guys.